on the test. Okay, Daniel, could I ask you to turn off the lights here for me, please? Thank you. All right, so the first one is a lease. It's a 3-year lease. That's my highlighter, right? That's how long, that's the term. The payment is $199 per month. There's a down payment. You will be charged 12 cents per kilometers over the allowed mileage. The contract allows for 18,000 kilometers per year. And Tommy returns the car with 64,000 on the odometer, right? The guaranteed residual value is 60%. Lots of information here, but always read it carefully, right? So A, determine the total, the monthly payment. All you had to do there is go 199 times 1.12, because that would be the total payment in this case, right? And so that is 222.88. That's all I need there. You would get 1 mark for that. Doesn't say total payments, it just says the monthly payment. And then B, calculate the mileage cost after tax. So the idea here for mileage cost is you need to figure out the kilometers over, right? You multiply it by the rate and you would tax that. Right? That's basically the idea here for mileage charge. So this I usually do on the side, kilometers over. So I'm allowed 18,000 per year. So technically, I would go in no particular order, but I have 64,000. So 64,000 minus 3 times the 18,000 I'm allowed, right? So 3 times 18, right? This is 10,000 exactly. So this is important, right? An important step in your calculation. So now you're going to take that 10,000, you're going to multiply it by the rate, which is 12 cents in this case, and you're going to tax it. You can do that like that if you'd like. So I'm going to multiply by 12 cents, which is 1,200. And so total is 1344 after tax, right? So that's what you would circle. That's going to answer the question of mileage. Calculate the total cost of the lease. What letters did I use? Did I go TL on your booklets for total lease? Something like that? Okay. Total lease, I would say it's down plus total monthly payments plus mileage, if it's applicable, right? If there's no mileage, obviously you wouldn't worry about it. So my down payment, never tax a down payment, okay? So it's a 2,500 plus. The total payments, I'll do that in brackets. I will just use the 222.88 and I will just multiply it by 36 because, right, 3 times 12 is 36 of those payments. This is already including taxes, so I don't need to do the times 1.12. So you need to understand what the formulas do so you don't double tax, right? You don't want to take this and go times 1.12 again. Plus, I can just grab the 1344 because that mileage charge already includes the all applicable taxes. So it's 2,500 plus 222.88 times 36. That's 8,023.68 plus 1344. And now we're adding it all up. And that's 11,867.68. And of course, if you got your mileage wrong, this will be wrong. But on a test, you wouldn't lose twice. Okay, you would not lose marks twice there. But nonetheless, write down the correct answer. if you need to work backwards and try this again, you do that, right? Calculate the total cost to purchase the car at the end of the lease after tax. If the original value, that's also known as the MSRP, by the way, the original value here. Right? That's where we're going to base our guaranteed depreciated value, right? So we would go 18,999 times, it says it's 60% is our guaranteed residual value. So I'll just go and figure that out. That's 11,399.40. I will tax that because you're buying it, and you're buying it off of a dealer, right? Even if you're not sure, it's like, well, leasing only happens with a dealer. So you need, then even if it's used, you still have to, that is the total including tax if you were to buy it at the end. So if you want to now know total of leasing and purchasing it, obviously you'd have to add the two together, but this is where it ends. So we'll just leave it there. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm assuming you took the 199 times 1.12 times 36, and that's fine. Yeah. Again, if you know what the formula does, right? If you are replacing numbers, you just need to know what to replace. Okay. We're good? Well, write it down. I'll keep it there for a bit. Okay. Backside. Francis purchased a Jeep Wrangler for $36,750 after tax. She saved this much for a down payment, right? The rest will need to be financed over 5 years at 5.75. She looked at her chart Mr. D gave her and saw that the table rate was 1929 over 1,000. So this normally you go get from your chart, right? Determine the monthly payment. So we'll do that. A payment is 36,750 minus 6750. This is what we know as the loan. Okay. And we multiply that by 1929 over 1,000. Okay. I don't do this just to waste time, so make sure you write this down, okay? And so that's basically, I write this down underneath here for myself, right? This is easy to do just like that. So it's essentially 30,000 times 1929 divided by 1,000. I have anger issues. I'm breaking my pencil. 578.70 per month. Nothing left. Last one. And then B, determine the total paid to the bank over 5 years. Total paid to bank, I believe I gave you the letters. So that would be 578.70 times 12 times how many years? 5 years. that is 34,722. C, calculate the finance charge. That's the total interest. Total interest. And you can either just take this total, right? Total you paid to the bank and subtract the loan from it. And that's 4,722. Total interest, that's finance charge. One more thing. This is just me adding this. How could Frances reduce her monthly payment? I asked you something like that on the test. And there's a few options here. Some of you gave good answers here, but don't say go get a cheaper car. The idea is you get this car, you want this, but you want to have a lower monthly payment. So you can increase term, take longer basically. Take longer to pay off. Oh my goodness. Take longer to pay off, right? Increase the term. You can increase the down payment, because if you have a larger down payment saved up, your payments will go down. So those are the two main ones. You could go shop for a lower interest rate, but these are the two that make, like, you can do that right there on the spot with your banker as you're sitting down or figuring out what you are paying. I think that's it for this one. So this is basically all I'm going to do to review vehicle finance. So something from this page is going to show up. I'm not going to tell you exactly what. So make sure your study sheets are beefed up. Okay? Don't fall into the trap of just making one study sheet per unit. You're going to be in trouble later down the road, okay, when I start asking from other units. Good. I'm going to stop this recording.